What's going on, YouTube? Obviously, I'm not back in the garage. I'm in a completely different location. I haven't filmed in so long. I'm surprised this camera even still works, to tell you the truth. So, but in this video, I'm going to go over what all I've done to the old OBS. In the front, I did the blacked out headlights, and I also have LED bulbs in it. They're super bright. I highly recommend doing that, upgrade LED bulbs. Even if you didn't change out your lenses, it makes a huge difference. Just don't cheap out, get quality brand bulb. You don't want to set your truck on fire. So the front bumper, I changed it to a two-wheel drive front bumper. As you can see, there is no molding. That's the difference between the two-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive front bumper. Four-wheel drive has moldings, and not only that, it has provisions for tow hooks in the lower lip. I didn't want the tow hooks there no more. I got a plow mount. Obviously, I put that on also. I got rid of the tow hook holes. I also did a 3-inch body lift to this truck. If I didn't do a 3-inch body lift, that lower lip would not clear that plow mount. It just clears. I think I had to put two very small slits right under here for it to work. It just fits perfectly with a 3-inch body lift. The plow mount I'm using is a Unimount plow mount from Western Plows. They're discontinued. They're actually really hard to find too, and they're pricey. If you're trying to run a Unimount plow, I highly recommend don't do it. Go with the multi-mount. It's easier. It's hard to find this mount. They're out there, but they're pricey and they're usually beat up. Like this thing, when I first got it, it was rusted the hell out, and I had to blast it, repaint it. So yes, I have a Western Unimount plow for this truck. I use this truck for plowing. It does great. As you can see, truck's all white now. I painted this truck with turbo cans. Yes, Rust-Oleum turbo can. In my opinion, for a work truck, it turned out great. Yes, it's not perfect. It's not base coat, clear coat. But if I wet sand and buff this thing, it's going to look really good. Yes, I'm not going to get the same longevity out of a Rust-Oleum paint job from turbo cans as I would for a base coat, clear coat with urethane clear. Heck, I could wet sand this and put urethane clear over top of this. But I'm not going to. I'm lazy. I'm just going to wet sand and buff it eventually. It is what it is. I put a ton of paint on it. There's plenty of layers there, or thickness there for me to wet sand and buff it. Tires, I have Kenda Cleaver ATs, or they're either ATs or RTs. I believe they're ATs. Yes, they're ATs. They're all terrain Kenda Cleavers. These tires are amazing. Great in the snow. Pretty good on ice. I mean, don't get me wrong, no tire's really going to be good on ice unless you have studded tires. They're aggressive looking. They calculate it out to be a 33-inch tire. 285? What are these? They are, yeah, 285, 75, 16. In my opinion, it makes the truck a little bit more aggressive looking. I do have another set of wheels for this truck that I run during the summer. They're 22-inch chrome wheels. They have a nice dish on them. I'm probably not going to keep them. Probably going to sell them and get a set of black. So I'm going to get rid of those wheels and hopefully buy a set of 22-inch or even 20-inch deep dish black wheels. Not sure of the style yet, but I did do I did do the 3-inch rough country body lift. Did that body lift. I also did all new energy suspension bushings all the way around. And when you do that, there's two bushings. I found out the hard way. There's two bushings that are a little bit bigger than all the rest. And I didn't realize that. I had both of them on the passenger side. They're supposed to be for the rad support. Right underneath the rad support. I didn't realize 2 days after until I stood back and really looked at the truck, and it was kicked. The whole body was kicked to the one side. I'm like, huh, that's weird. Just to find out the two body bushings were in the wrong spot. I had to find them which ones they were take them out, put them in the right spot. Not a big deal. It was just, hey, I didn't know. I put tow mirrors on it. Yes, I use this truck for a lot of work. I tow a lot with this truck. I probably shouldn't with that 4L60, but I do. It's hanging in there. Just keep it out of overdrive and it should be fine. I put a cap on the truck. A lot of items that I use on a day-to-day basis that I don't want to get wet or out in the elements, so I put a cap on it. Not only on top of the cap, I put a ladder rack, obviously for ladders, or a canoe if I want to. I put the LED lights up on top of the ladder rack. They are super bright. I highly recommend these. These are really cheap eBay ones, believe it or not. The harness they gave me wasn't correct. These lights would be normally up front, so I had to alter the harness so it will reach underneath the truck and go up through the bed and through the cap and up to the bar and all that. Wasn't a big deal. I mean, no one's going to supply a harness to do exactly what I did, so I knew that was going to happen. I plan on wet sanding and buffing this. As you can see, it does have a gloss, and like you can see this for the line right here. That was, the turbo can wasn't spraying correctly. Sometimes when you get a turbo can, they don't spray 100% correct. The rest of the truck, it turned out pretty decent. For a work truck, can't really complain. Another thing I did do to this truck on the outside was I put a torch lift kit on. Now, I put the 3-inch blocks in the back. I originally had the torch lift keys in it, but it was hard suspension in the front, so I took them out and put the stock keys back in, and I just cranked them up a little bit to give me the stance I currently have. That's the way I went with it. I did do a bullet antenna. I don't recommend these if you listen to the radio, because you really don't have many stations. Let's face it, this is a horrible antenna. It looks cool, but it's a horrible antenna. Tow mirrors, I do a lot of towing with this. They fold out. No turn signals or anything. A little stiff, but these are power mirrors, so I can still adjust them from the inside of the cab. In the bed of the truck, I put a toolbox. Now this toolbox is, I believe it's for like a 2008 Silverado. That's what it was designed for. I actually altered it a little bit, made it work for the OBS. The only difference was where the latch mounted. I had to basically space it out about an inch, then bolt it to the bed. I have it loaded right now, that's why the lid isn't closing. I have too much crap in there. I originally didn't have this piece of wood in here. This piece of wood was actually cut off from a shelf I built in my garage. It's just, instead of me stepping over it or it's being in my way, I just, hey, it slips right in my truck. It fits perfectly. And when it's loaded with some stuff, I can just grab the plywood, pull on the plywood to bring the stuff towards me. I don't have to climb in the bed of the truck. Another thing I did install is this Harbor Freight ladder. Now with the truck, I'm getting old. Okay, let me open this 1 second. I have one thing I do have to fix. This is a new handle. The handle came with the locking tabs for the rods that go back and forth. The locking tabs that they gave you are junk. So when I pull on this, it only unlatches the driver's side. I literally need a 0.5 millimeter more and it will undo the passenger side. So give me a second, let me open up the tailgate. Yeah, my little ladder. I got a little ladder. No, seriously, I'm getting old and this thing comes in clutch. It just misses this. Works out perfectly. Fold it down. Now I can get in the bed of my truck. I don't have to get on my pop up on the tailgate and climb in there. It's just a pain in the butt. So I highly recommend this thing. Yeah, it's a little cheesy made, but let's face it, it's a stupid little ladder. You're just 2 steps and you're in. I mean, it could be cheesy as it wants. It works great. So simple, just fold it back up, lay it on the tailgate, and strap it back down. It comes with the pull strap and everything. Works good, and they're not that expensive. I think this one was on sale when I got it. It was like $60 or something like that. Now that I got it open, show you this toolbox. You just pull on the lever here, and it swings out. And the latch back there, I literally had to just space it out about an inch with 2 big nuts. I think it had brackets, or another bracket attached to the latch, and I just didn't even use it. So this is the original hinge and everything, just bolts right to your bed. Why wouldn't you want to use it? In the tail lights, I have 1 LED. I was originally going to do 2 LEDs, but when you hit the brake, they do that hyper brake flash strobe, and in the state of Pennsylvania, that's highly illegal. So I decided, hey, I might as well keep the truck legal and stay out of trouble. I'm getting old, so I just put a normal bulb in the top and a LED in the bottom. It's a little bit brighter on the bottom, not by much. Let's face it, these lenses are old. They're not as bright as they should. It is what it is. They still work. I like it. I also did a dual exhaust on, it's a Flowmaster dual exhaust. I also put this hitch on it. This hitch is from Harbor Freight also. I was in a pinch, and I needed something because I was going to pick up a small trailer, and I needed the small ball size. I normally just run this size at all times, a big one for my enclosed trailer, and this was reasonably priced, and it works great. It's a little clunky, you know, but it's gonna hold up fine. One thing with the body lift is the hitch. In order to suck this hitch up, this kind of looks like an eyesore because you can see the spare tire and a big gap between the bumper and the hitch receiver. And in order to bring that up, you got to get a hideaway hitch. But the problem with that, it goes too high. What I understand, you have to literally space it down. Not only that, that hitch can't handle as much weight as this can. I'm towing somewhere around 5,200 pounds, so I don't think it's rated for that, so I'm just probably gonna stick with this. I might do a little bit more research, try to find one that can handle that type of weight. I would like to bring this up close to the bumper, even if I have to put a solid steel 1/4 inch shim in between the frame and that mount, and some grade 8 hardware. But ultimately, let's face it, I don't want these welds cracking on the other one and losing my trailer while I'm driving down the highway. That would be horrible. Yeah, the exhaust is a dual Flowmaster exhaust. I'm actually thinking about taking it off. Rear bumper LEDs, so when I throw it in reverse, they come on. They're just simple, easy, wired up to my reverse lights. Ranchero 3-inch lift shocks on it. I think they're like Ranchero 3000. They're all right, and for the amount of money they cost, it's a good bang for the buck. So I do recommend them. Did all new bushings, or new upper control arms, all new ball joints. I also did the power steering box. I did the whole steering system. Everything been redone. The linkage that goes across and everything is new. Let's face it, this truck is from 1996. It's seen a pretty hard life, so everything was pretty worn out. Under the hood, nothing's really changed under the hood, other than a bunch of the wiring that I did for the lights. I converted from a mechanical fan with a clutch to a E-fan, and it has aluminum radiator to keep it cool for plowing. It works amazing. What else did I do under the hood? That's pretty much it under the hood. Other than tune up, I did a timing chain, upper intake manifold gasket, spider injection, all that stuff. It's a Chevy 350 Vortec. This age, you should be thinking about doing stuff like that. Okay, let's get on the inside here. inside of the truck, as you can see, I need to change this. And I do have the cover. I'm lazy. I literally just had this whole interior ripped apart the other day, and I just was over it. After cleaning the whole interior and installing the system, I'm over it. I just want to put the interior back together. So I'm actually trying to source out a clean set of seats, front seats. The fabric that I got is supposed to be an OE replacement. It's not going to match. Yes, I did buy this cookie cutter subwoofer box. I'm sure if you have an OBS, you've seen this box for sale on the internet. It works great. It is a tight fit. It really is a tight fit. Basically, I bolted in the passenger seat, put the box in, and the seat belts, you're literally on the seat belt wires on the inside, kind of, not like the electrical wires, but there's a big steel braided wire in here for your seat belt. Your box is pretty much sitting on that until you put 4-inch block underneath the back of this box, because the Silverado, I believe, is the body's shaped a little different compared to Suburban. The Suburban's flat. The Silverado actually dips down back there, so when you have the box sitting there, it kind of does a gangster lean in the back. You have to put a 4-inch block back there, so it brings it up and levels it out. Then once I got that in there, I put this rear seat in, and I had to like football tackle this freaking seat, put all my strength into it while reaching underneath the seat to thread in a bolt. It's super tight. This box is not, she ain't going nowheres. Those seats are holding that sucker in really good. Amp wise, oh boy, give me a second. I gotta get these seats reclined down. I got the back seat folded down because that is where I mounted my amp. No, there's not bolts going through the cab of the truck. I actually put a piece of wood back there, put holes in the wood with a nut and bolt coming out, so it was a stud, and I took said sound deadening, and I used that to put the piece of wood up against the cab, so I didn't have to drill holes through the cab. This Stinger amp is a 1500 watt RMS. It fits perfectly behind this seat. I don't even think it hits the back of the seat. It literally tucks perfectly behind the rear seat. And I also have a 12-inch sub in the back. The whole carpet I took out, cleaned the daylights out of that. My lord, was it dirty. This box, I should just do a video on just this box alone. I do like it and everything, but they should tell you that you have to put the blocks in the back if you have a Silverado, so I didn't have to figure out the hard way. Plow mount, controller mount, cheap. I'm running a Boss touchscreen, Elite. Puts out some good freaking volts to the amp. I tell you what, it sounds pretty damn good. It's not crazy competition sound or anything like that, but it definitely, for a work truck, it'll get the job done for sure. Light switch right here for the lights I have on the ladder rack. What else did I do to the interior other than clean the piss out of it? Oh, I redid the headliner. Yep, this is actually a bed sheet. Just took the old fabric off since it was sagging, ripped, and all kinds of crap. So I just glued this on. How long is it going to last and stay up there? We'll see. You know, only future will tell. But I like it for a truck. Turned out pretty nice. I do need to get these sun visors. These are actually hard to find in my area. Good condition sun visors in gray. All right, you guys, that's basically what I've done to this truck. One thing else I didn't mention, I did do sound deadening in the whole interior of the truck, basically from the bottom of the firewall where I can reach underneath the dash all the way back wall, roof, doors, the whole 9 yards, sound deadening the whole thing. So when that bass hits in that truck, you can't hear it outside at all. You sure can hear it inside, that's for sure. But yeah, I have a lot more I want to do to this truck, but originally I wanted to do the full build on this truck, document the whole thing on my channel. Just, you'll see, life gets in the way. I'm sure people know all about that. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm planning on doing some more videos soon. So stay tuned. Please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment too. All right, see ya.